Hey, Dental Nachos crew, it's Paul, Dr. Nacho with the JFO, Just Find Out, key resource and sponsor. And we're going to talk about how can we get our patients to engage with us, make decisions early in the treatment process, like whitening, to move forward and be able to make a good decision, find out about more dental work. I have my good friend, Dr. John Minichetti, who I've known for years here, talking to me about Glow. Welcome, John, to Talking Nachos. Share with us a little bit about you and how you're connected with Glow and what they do to help patients and dentists.
Hey, Paul. I know we're good friends, and I heard that you're liking my daughter a little bit more now.
Much better, yeah.
I didn't get too offended by that one.
Try not to be too offended. That's how my life. I help dentists all the time. People like my two daughters. They don't do anything useful, and they say, I want to bring the moderators on. So
is that
that's part of being a dad.
Anyway, so glad to see you again. I know, we were just reminiscing years ago on the beach in Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Crazy
14 years. That was awesome time.
So thanks for inviting me, and I'm happy to talk about the Glow system. And I was flattered to be asked to talk about this system. It's something I incorporated in my practice. I'm going to say close to 5-10 years ago. I can't remember. It's just like part of the practice now. It's just like I wouldn't think of using any other kind of bleaching system.
And for our Nacho crew, Dr. Minichetti, I mean, I always talk about the story as the star, whether it's with implants, bleaching, whether you do. What are some of the ways that patients are being helped, or how you're getting patients to engage early with dental treatment by using this Glow system?
Okay, so I'll say that I always had like bleaching in my practice anyway. I was like I had the Goldstein textbook on bleaching 30 years ago with superoxole, and the people come back and they had no papilla if you didn't put the rubber dam on right. So I'm really dating myself there. And then for years, I was using the other systems out there. It was Bright Smile, and then it became Zoom. And, because bleaching is a part of a general dentist practice. Yeah. In fact, it was kind of funny because, I've been prepping for this. I heard that there was a certain percentage of doctors or general dentists that don't even bleach in their office, which I was kind of shocked. Yeah. I mean, I can understand not wanting to be involved with it, but at least offer your patients a take-home kit that's going to be strong. I agree. And, it's got to be part of your treatment armamentarium. For
all the things we do, Dr. Minichetti, I know we're big implant fans. Bleaching is a no-brainer as a general thing because it either does great or doesn't work that well. We do so many things that have all these challenges, and if it doesn't go well, to me, it's just a win to say, hey, you can brighten your smile whether you're 70 years old. I'm 42 now, and I remember my dad giving me a take-home kit when I was 17 and just loving it. So I just think that's such a good point, that when you can celebrate and bring something positive to the patient experience, it's such a big part of what we do. Jennifer, if we're waiting for John to come back on there, I'd like to ask you a question, if that's okay. So Jennifer,
sure, go ahead.
Share with us what your role is at Glow, what you're doing with dentists and teams to get them to see how Glow systems can help them.
Well, my journey has been a special one because it all started with working at Dr. Jonathan B. Levine's office as a hygienist. And awesome. I was a big part of the startup mentality and the environment of Glow. So with product testing and then the development of all the training protocols that are a part of the clinical side, I was a part of that. And it's exciting for me. It's a labor of love to see awesome. The genesis of it evolve. So my role now, I'm solely focused on Glow, is I'm the director of sales acceleration and training. So what I do is I help accounts not only understand the value of Glow, what it can bring to their whitening space and their revenue within the dental practice, but I also help train a little bit of our internal team as well. So it's a dual kind
really sorry, I don't know. Was it just me? Or was
it's like a major news network. We're still talking to our other guests. No problem. It's the Nacho Network. We just roll with it. Roll with any sideways Nacho. So Jennifer was sharing, and I think it was important. And I want to ask Dr. Minichetti a question in a second. But Jennifer, I'm a dentist. I have 2 practices. I've been a dentist for 18 years. I'm in what I classify as the Nacho medium-age dentist category. So let's say there's a medium-age dentist out there, what Dr. John had said, and they don't do any whitening, right? And they say, hey, I think this sounds good. What kind of shifts, adjustments, changes would they need to make to implement the Glow system? I know some of it's in office, some of it they take home. Run us through that, then I'll go back to Dr. Minichetti.
So, I really customize whitening I customize Glow for my offices because I want to set them up for success. So I go through a little bit of a process and a questionnaire, and I find out if spending chair time on the in-office procedure is something that they're interested in. Some dentists do, some dentists don't. And then I just cater it that way. If
Gotcha.
they feel that we'd rather just send them home with something, then we just send them home with the take-home kit. We start there, and then we could layer in the chair side later. I'm not the kind of person that likes to be complex. I just like to keep it simple and just help each office the way that they need help at that time. And then my job is to kind of very gently move forward in that process and nurture them so that they can understand the other opportunities when they're ready.
I think that's great. Simple strategies for success is what we talk about. My dental office at Dental Nachos. I think one thing, unless you're a practice owner like Dr. John and I, you don't realize how many moving parts and pieces there is to every single day in your office. And if you make simple adjustments. So back to you, Dr. John. So you were sharing with us that you've been through this bleaching journey from early on until now. Are you using it both in office and take home with your patients?
Absolutely. That was the game changer. The game changer was like, we're going to bleach you and then you're going to take this home. So now the responsibility of my teeth didn't really get that white. I want another treatment because that's what can happen. Now you're doing like 16 treatments, you're making 0, and it's just aggravating for everybody. So you give them that little unit, bleach it at home. You happy? Got white? Great. Do more at home, and everybody's happy. Now the responsibility is on the patient, because we all know that this stuff doesn't last. You have to constantly bleach your teeth in order to stay white. It's a no-brainer.
And I think that's key. Is I like to use analogies and comparison. It's like, if you go to the gym and work out with the trainer, as much as I want to, I can't just go eat pizza at home all the time. So it's shared responsibility. And I've seen that, because I've been in this journey too. And, the other thing would happen too, if you only did an office and it wasn't white enough, then they had nothing at home. So I really think this is a perfect combination of doing this. So basically, and how long are you scheduling, Dr. John, in your office for the in-office part?
Well, I'm not scheduling, which is the beauty of it. My assistants and hygienists are scheduling. So that is another beautiful thing. It's on side booked in another room, as long as they got the room. We have 10 ops, so there's always a room to find.
Yeah.
You don't have to have an x-ray, nothing. Just get them in a room, drape them up with their little apparatus, what the hygienist does, and then that's it. Prep them. I come in to check a shade, and that's about it. So time-wise, it's less than an hour. It depends how efficiently they're doing, but it's, how long, it's the prep work, because there's short little bleaching sessions.
I like that. It's also just the time. I like that fun in life in my dental office. It's a fun visit for them. In our office, patients who are frequent flyers, and especially if you do a lot of implant work like we do, they know the rooms, right? And if they see you go into my room, they go, I don't want to go into this room like it's a horror movie. I want to go into the hygiene room. So at least you can create, don't go in there. They go, I'm not in this room. So I think if you sharing the fun. One of the things about COVID I've been disappointed is we had to take out our Keurig, because we used to give out free Keurigs. I let the patient steal the machine if you want. Anything you want to have a positive experience. So I just think being able to use whitening as a positive experience, if we pull back and look at Earth right now, it's always challenging to be a human being, but it's extra challenging. So whatever we can do to brighten someone's day, pun intended, brighten their teeth, I think is great. Now, let's say, we have Nachos and Dennis watching this. And Jennifer, you're happy, if you want to unmute for a second, you can just share what's the website they would go to. And if they needed to reach out to somebody to learn a little bit more, ask some questions, how would they do that?
Great question. Thank you. So they would go to our website just to get more information about the technology, how it works, and a lot of the resources that we have for dental professionals and patients as well. It's glowsciencepro.com.
glowsciencepro.com.
glowsciencepro.com. And then if they'd like to get more information about ordering and trying to find someone in their area, they would go to info@glowscience.com to request that information.
Awesome. I think it's such a great, Dr. John shared, when you can have your team do this and add something to your office that can be team oriented, it just relieves some of the pressure and stress from the dentist. It allows the team, I usually like to bond with the patient, it's, allows your team to be a hero and be the person who's doing something great and not necessarily us. And I know you guys, we're going to share in the comments and through our other channels that you guys have a special awesome Nacho discount, which you appreciate for being a key resource and sponsor. So as we wrap up, I'll give you guys parting thoughts like a real talk show. Dr. John, any parting thoughts for the Nacho world on bleaching, what we're doing and what they should do next? We'll hear from you.
Well, this is the greatest experience. I mean, you should do it. It's really changed my outlook on it. You could do this during COVID because it's very affordable. I just had a COVID emergency bleaching. I swear to God, the guy was waiting to get his teeth whitened to match a crown that was a little lighter. So he got right in. You could do these things for patients easily. It's affordable. You don't get the sensitivity on the teeth that you had, and you don't have to have that big crazy machine that I was just telling Jennifer the other day. I actually tripped over it because I was doing some painting during COVID in the storage area. I tripped over the Zoom. I don't want to say the brand, a big machine.
Yeah.
I was like, what
happened is there's nothing, you can't bring a lot of apparatus anywhere, whether it's in your home or in your own practice. Having a lot of stuff in a dental operatory. One of the things, I don't know if anybody is looking to be a dentist out there, but one of the challenging things, I was a restaurant server, you know, even if you have a 10 operatory place like you do, Dr. Minichetti, I'm jealous of that. It's still tight quarters everywhere.
Yeah.
Storage is always a premium. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate talking with you guys. Jennifer, you are awesome. So glowsciencepro.com. Reach out to them, learn about how you can use this to make your patients happier. It's what we're trying to do during a pandemic. And even what I hope we get to soon after the pandemic. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Minichetti. Thank you, Dr. Goodman.
You're so welcome.
Great job.